Hello everyone! How are we doing today? It's been a while since I last streamed, so just let me know if my sound is alright, because I may have changed some settings by accident. Oh, also, I completely forgot about some music. Let's put on some music, shall we? Alright. What should we do? Some lo-fi? There we go. Oh no, wait, sorry. Someone gave me the tip of not using copyrighted lo-fi. So, royalty-free lo-fi. There we go. Let's put this one. Okay. Let me know if it's too loud, not loud enough. I'm not even sure if you're gonna hear it. Alright. So, today we're gonna explore the new features of the demo we just released. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago? I don't recall. So I'll just take a quick look at what we've added to the game, how it works, how you can find it. On the 4th. Yeah, okay, that was a week ago. And then we're also going to take a sneak peek at what we plan to have for the next update in 2 months. So all of that is still a work in progress, the new features, so it might or may not appear. I can't make any promises, but it's what we're working on, right? So there we go. It's been very fun to see all the new excitement around the new demo. We've added less content than our January update, but there's been a lot of new eyes on the game. A lot of streamers have been streaming the game, and it's fun. I always like to jump in and interact and answer some questions. So very, very happy about that. Okay, so I won't really do gameplay, main event gameplay formula this time around, so I'll just jump straight into it. And then, you know, once we get through all the features, I'll end the stream. So I don't really know, you know, how long it will take. We'll see. Maybe an hour, hour and a half, maybe shorter even. Okay, so let's jump into it. So I should have my gameplay set up here. Oh, is it working? Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. So yeah, can you hear the music? I feel like I used to have like a... Oh, there's no music. Damn. I made some changes because I had to record a video and I forgot to change my scene collection. Okay. Let's see if I can find... No music with the game sound is fine. Yeah, okay. I'll still try to add the music because I'm pretty sure it's not very hard to do. So, audio output capture. I'll call this desktop. And then... It's really quiet. Oh, the music is quiet. Is it... Okay, this is louder. Can you hear it now, or is it the problem of like OBS not recording the sound at all? There's something else in the background. It's pretty quiet around here. So, okay. So let's try without music, and maybe I'll find later how to do it because I forgot. It's audio output, application audio capture, no. Desktop audio. Okay. The other noise sound like a fan spinning. Oh, that might be my computer itself. It's probably my computer, yeah. Okay, desktop audio. Now let's try this. I don't know. I don't know how to do it in real time. Okay. So we'll have to do without music for now. Alright, let's jump into it. So, I'm going to create a new map just to show you the new features. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, so first things first, this update introduced a lot of navigation tools. So I'm sure probably people who are watching now have played the new demo, but maybe there's some hidden features that you didn't know about. So first of all, we got the spyglass. So now to unlock the spyglass, you might have noticed that there's a new resource around the islands, which is the windstone. A lot of people have been asking what does the windstone do. Well, eventually we plan to have the windstone be a very rare end game material, which can be used to craft advanced stone tool variants. So your same starting set of stone tools will be available in windstone as well. So the windstone axe, windstone pickaxe, all that stuff. Except they have extra properties related to the windstone. Though we wanted to have the spyglass in this update, and we, as a placeholder, introduced the windstone for now. So as you can see, oh, I didn't pick any windstone. That was unlucky. So it's the big stones here that give the windstone. Still no windstone. They have a percentage, a chance of dropping a windstone, so eventually I should get one. So yeah, so these windstone is what you need to find in order to craft a spyglass. You'll need 2 of them. Okay, there you go. I was starting to fear I was not on the right version of the demo. There you go, I got a windstone there. And there we go. Okay, we'll get it sometime. So, we need that. We also need to find rope. So obviously you'll need to find and craft your glider. There we go. And go to a corrupted island to craft some rope. Now, the spyglass is pretty useful because a lot of players were lost and confused in the starting cluster because there's a lot of islands to explore. At some point, you just don't know which ones you've explored already. So that that spyglass, sorry, will allow you to see which islands are yet to be discovered, which ones you've already discovered, and also which ones are too heavy to sail, because that's a pretty disappointing thing right now, is building your whole home island for hours and hours and then trying to sail it, and the game says, you can't, it's too heavy. Well, the spyglass lets you know in advance which ones can be sailed and which one cannot. Okay, so let's learn a few things. Now we do have rope, so we should... Oh, yeah, of course I need some wood. I thought I was in a creative mode for a second, but I just had a starting kit, that's all. Alright, let's cut down these trees. I love the sound, by the way. So sound is something we've been working on a lot since we hired Kyle, our sound designer and musician. So all the new trees here on that island have that sound, as opposed to these ones that are completely silent. So hey, thanks for the follow. So yeah, so it's pretty cool to see every little part of the game have sounds implemented to it. Like footsteps have been new this update. The wind sounds, like the whoosh you can hear, the storm sounds, all of that. It's pretty exciting. Okay, so we should have enough, more than enough for a workbench. Let's craft some rope. There we go. And I believe some planks are required as well. So I'm just gonna go learn the plank, the sawmill blueprint real quick. Alright, let's get some bones. Alright, sound we can't hear. You can't hear at all? Oh my god, okay. I thought it was just the music you couldn't hear. You can't hear the game. Okay, okay, okay. Let's fix this. I should read chat more. Sorry. Alright, so let's try to... just while I work on the sound. Okay. So, gameplay. I'm here. Let's add... So it should be... audio output capture, right? It's the sound coming out of my computer. Okay, audio output capture. Now, I have something called desktop here. That's strange, because I do have... Aha! I think you do hear it now, right? You hear music, and when I pop this back to 100, you'll hear the game. Awesome! We got it! Thanks, Orchid fan. Okay, so let's catch up with chat. Sorry. Okay, no music, yeah. The game fan, yeah. Okay. Yeah, a fan spinning, yeah, that's my PC. The game audio is silent. Oh wow. I was way late on that. I'm not hearing game sounds for some reason, yeah, okay. But from now, from my own playing, the sound is top notch right now. Yeah, it is, I agree. Wish we could hear the sound too, guess I will just have to play the demo. Wow, I really make it feel like an EA live stream. You have to download the DLC for music. Love the wind sounds of the game. Any plans to make every island saleable, even the super big ones? Just maybe require tons of sales and still being slow. Yes, so that's a lot of noise. Let me reduce the ambience. Okay, so we do want to have any island saleable. It's just an optimization thing. So right now, the amount of assets on a big island like that is way too much. So when you try to move it, game lags a lot. So you could do it, it's just that probably wouldn't be a great experience. So we're just trying to have the game more optimized before we allow any island to be saleable, but it's in the plans right now. Just can't make any promise on that. Gameplay sound. Okay. I'm playing the demo and so far I absolutely love it. I played the first demo that was released and figured I'd come back to see what was added, and man was I surprised. Oh, you played the first demo that was released. Oh, that was a while ago. Yeah. I can imagine how different it is now. Alright, so let's craft some of these. Awesome. I need to make a sawmill. Oop. I think just one is enough, right? Yep, okay. So, there you go. The recipe is two windstones, 1 rope, 1 wood, and 1 plank. So you learn it, you craft it. I will be able to craft it in a moment, if I'm able to gather that last windstone that I need. So let's do it. For those who don't know, you can combo boost. If you boost and boost again when in the white part of the circle, there you go, combo boost, way faster. Alright. So, here you go. Now, there's a lot of these big stones here. If I don't find a windstone, okay, there we go. So, as of now, there's no other uses for windstone. So, you know, if you find more, you can scrap them. They can be contained in the rock storage, by the way. Okay, so what am I doing here? The spyglass. There we go. And I wanted this. Okay. So spyglass, it's an item you can equip. And now, what's fun about the spyglass is you can look at an island, and there will be a few informations you can see here. So a lot of people are asking about what's Emerald Island. It's just a biome. So it's a starting biome. Eventually, if you find a different biome, it will say something else. So the little icons at the bottom are some information about it. So if it's a question mark, it means you haven't explored it yet. So if I look at my home island, there's going to be no question marks because I explored it. The KG you can see means that it's too heavy to sail. So this one is too heavy to sail. The home island is too heavy to sail, and like this one as well. But anyone who doesn't have that icon, it's okay. And lastly, the little fungi icon just means there's corruption on that island. There's fungi, right? Now, what's fun is that you can place some beacons. So, as you can see, I unlocked the beacons by crafting the spyglass. And while these may be a bit awkward to place down on their own, they're meant to be stacked up like totems. I don't know how you pronounce totems in English, but you can stack them. So, let's try to find something that works real, okay? So there's a lot of tall grass here, so I'm thinking I'm going to place a big tall stone as the first one. Then I'm going to stack on top some wood, because there's trees on that island. There's no water, so maybe I'm not going to put this one. I'm going to point to the trees. No, I'm going to point to our home island, so which is there right now. And then I'm going to add a little thing here. So for me, that means there's trees, so I'm probably going to want to put that one. Obviously, I need to put some cloth in there too. There you go. All right. Like this. Okay. So now I built my little my beacon, and now if I look at this island with my spyglass, you'll see that icon I chose appears on the island. So each one of these, this one, oh, I do need a lot of resource for that. So all of these, they have an icon engraved on them, and that same icon will appear on the island. I can show you how it looks like. All right, there we go. All right. So now if I look with the spyglass, all of these icons now appear. So you can stack them, you can use it to show whatever you want. For those who already know about the map table, we do plan to maybe have them appear on the map table. Still trying to figure out how that would work. So stay tuned. Oh, and once again, I need to... Yo, I love to hear that... I love to hear that. Please take your time to get it to a state where you're happy to release it. I'm so sick of buggy games, and your demo so far is super stable and amazing to play. Thank you so much. Yeah, we do plan to have an early access as soon as we're like happy with the features we have to let people like enjoy it. But we have a lot of things to add to the game, so it's gonna be like an ongoing process. We hope that in a few years you'll be able to say, there you go. That's what we wanted for the game to be. But it's pretty long, so hopefully in the meantime, y'all stay with us. Keep playing, keep sharing the game. We do plan to update the demo every few months, so that gives you something to try and to play while we were doing that. I find there's a somewhat higher chance for windstone in the glowy stones. Yeah, that's it. The glowy stones are the very big stones, like this one. They glow at night only, so during the day you can't really find them that easily. But you can start to see the glow in that one, because it's starting to get nighttime. There we go. I am obsessed with using a mushroom instead of a skull for that icon. Yes. Because it's mushrooms, right? So it makes sense. Aloft has progressed really, really well so far. Yeah, it's been pretty amazing to see the progress from where we were to where we are now. And yeah, everything we are doing excites me so much. We are planning the next year right now at the office. Like, what's the milestones we plan to add for each update, and just like visualizing what the game will be after those updates. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, nice. That's useful. Still looking forward to seeing them on the map. Yeah. Transparency of the developers is easily what makes this one of my favorite games. Yeah, you know, it's fun to chat with the community and just, you know, be honest about what we're making, because I think we're making a game that I love to play, so I love to share it with you as well. Okay, so next thing that I wanted to show you is... Oh, by the way, you can zoom with the spyglass in case it wasn't clear. Eventually, you'll be able to place a waypoint. That waypoint will be viewable from anywhere by other players as well. And when you sail, it will be easy to sail to that waypoint. So let's see. Let's say I see an island in the distance. I can pinpoint it and then sail to it. So that will be a small feature as well. Okay. So, beacons, that's done. By the way, there's no limit to how high you can stack these. Max, our programmer, showed us that you can build stairs with those. So, okay, how is it? You rotate and spam click, it just creates this structure. Because wherever you look on that totem, it just adds on top. And fun fact, if you just want to remove this one, you don't have to remove all of them. You remove it and everything falls down. So, there you have it. Like this. Okay. Now, map table. I do need to unlock the map table to be able to show you this one. Maybe I'll just share a bit of the storage with you right now. And there's some construction pieces that I need to show you as well. So, I'll just... Sorry. I'll just make sure nothing glows yellow anymore. Okay, there we go. So, okay. For the things that are left, maybe we should go into creative mode. Alright. So now I will have a lot of to go over here. Okay, all of this. All of this. Okay. That was satisfying. Oh my god. Raiding with a party of 85. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever had that many viewers. How are you going, guys? Were you playing Aloft right now? What have you been playing? Alright. I'll just go to some island to set up my home and show you guys. My god, I think it's the first time I've been raided. I do need to learn how to raid. I'm pretty new to Twitch, so eventually I learned that. Nice. Alright. So let's cleanse this island real quick. By the way, fun fact, I've been working for the last few weeks on the new corruption system, because we do really want to have mushrooms represented in a better way. So we want to make sure that the corruption we have is a mushroom that's actually bad for the environment, and we want it to be like accurate to how mushrooms grow and can be destroyed. Because, you know, in real life, it's not as easy as attacking the mushroom. That just spreads its spores, and now there's more of it. So, on top of that, we do plan to have some healthy mushrooms that are good for the player, and they want to have them on the island. So all of that comes with new, enemies, features on the islands to interact with. Some very cool corrupted storms, a bunch of little features of how the mushrooms will work. Some mini bosses as well. So all of that, yeah, is coming. Okay, so I wanted to show you a bit of the new features with the construction. So as you can see, there are now more stone pieces. There are some more that are to come that are made, but it takes some time to implement them into the game once the 3D model has been done. So Max is very busy, so we still have a few to add. But for now, let's try to make a little base here. Oh, I'll go into manual mode here. I hear someone. Come here. Okay, he's dead. Hi, I came now. What's new? What's new? We showed the spyglass to see, and beacons, spyglass and beacon. Now I'm just showcasing the new models, the new custom construction pieces. So we changed the rug texture as opposed to the last demo. If people noticed, we wanted something more stylized, smoother, because we like the very soft and chill vibe of Aloft. So this stone is more soft on the eyes, and I really like it. Okay, let's try to make a nice cozy home here. So the rounded foundations is something that will be coming in the next demo, because right now you can see we have the square foundation, but then the rounded one. Sachez que plusieurs dans la communauté ont déjà des dizaines d'heures sur la démo. Yeah, it's pretty heartwarming to see everyone playing the game for so long. We didn't plan for people to stick for tens, and even some people have hundreds of hours in the game, and that just baffles me. Okay, so yeah, so as you can see, a bunch of stone pieces and new texture. We also have the stone column, which is pretty cool, I think. There we go. Now, there are some new walls, because the previous walls had these big pillars on the sides. So if I try to equip my hammer here, bam, bam, you can see the dark pillars, dark beams, sorry. So, you know, they weren't always pretty, especially when mixed with other pieces. So we changed the basic wall to not have these, but the old one is still there for decoration, I suppose. Now we will need some windows here, so I want to put all of them here. Alright, let's do this. Oops. Alright. This one here. There we go. If I remember, Aloft is also officially represented in speedrunning communities now too. Yes, I saw that. Someone, I don't remember who, made several Twitch streams of speedrun attempts. They had different themes. I think one was cleansing a node, getting the glider, setting a bed somewhere else, all that stuff. And they upload it on YouTube as well. That was pretty cool. Okay, so let's make it nice here, shall we? Okay. New pieces. So the rounded stairs here. Previously, they were clipping through the rounded walls, so that was pretty unsatisfying. But right now, as you can see, if you go outside, they don't clip through anymore. So that's been changed. We do also have a variant without railings. So if you prefer to have it like this, then you definitely can. That makes it looking very great on rounded walls like that. And with the same logic, we implemented ramps for the other stairs. So now you can build a stair with ramps or without ramps, it's up to you. Which is pretty cool, because before you had to take some triangles like this and try to like that. That was the previous way of making a ramp, which is not optimal. Speaking of ramps, we have these new ramps right here. They come in straight shapes like this. They also come in angled ones, so you can put it on your stairs, but you can also put them on your roof if you want, or, you know, be creative with them. So that's pretty cool. They don't cost rope, so less expensive to make than the rope fences. And that will, I think, prevent people from doing the classic unfilled frame, which was very creative, and we want to encourage that, but it was pretty annoying for them in case they fill all the frames by accident. So this was the previous way of making ramps. So, or fences at least. Yeah, there we go. So now they've been replaced with a new feature, especially made for that. I love the new railings. Oh, I'm glad you do. I love them too. They're pretty cool. Can we get a wooden ramp and wooden stairs where you can't see through the individual stairs? Oh, yeah, okay, you mean so this, but you can't see on the other side. I know what you mean. Yeah. We could. The thing that could come before that would be just angled wooden pieces. So, because I know that a lot of people want this shape, but without seeing through, just because they want the angled version of the wood wall. So we'll have to check which one will come first. But yeah, that's a good idea. Now, did I miss something? Okay. Wow, there's I can't keep up with chat. I need to look more often. Okay. Alright, so now that's done. Now what's new? We have rounded foundations for the wood. So, whoop. Let's put this one here. So before we didn't have them, now we do. That's pretty useful. What else? We do have the beams, which is pretty darn cool. So beams was, you know, an original idea because we were looking at concept arts of other games, of movies, and just in general on, you know, Pinterest and ArtStation, and we saw a lot of references we really liked, and they all had in common something, which is a very natural, you know, beams trying to hold everything together on top of an island, and you know those custom cloths that, you know, expand and take various shapes. So from the start, we knew at some point we had to implement this. So you click somewhere, you click somewhere else, and bam, you have a beam in between. You can choose from various sizes. You can choose between the rounded and square versions. You also have a plank version. And all of these will also come in dark variants. We didn't have time to implement them in this demo, but next one they probably will be there. So the dark one for the plank and for the square beam. Now, a lot of people have been very creative with this one. I'm really like looking forward to what they will bring in the future for like all the screenshots and all that stuff, because it's basically limitless, the possibilities you have with this. For example, if I want right now, I can do this all the way around, like that. Oh. And eventually, if I just keep going, I'll have a log cabin. And I did make a log cabin on my spare time, just for fun, and it looks pretty darn neat. And then I delete everything else once I'm done. Oh, no. So for this, I put this here, put it up there. Oh, there you go. And now this here. See how cool this is? And so, if I delete what's on the other side after, and put different frames in, like this one, and let's remove the snapping. Oops. I should probably place this before I put my my lugs, but whatever. So, yeah, like that, and then a window. Yeah, so you can make a log cabin now. But, you know, the main purpose is not meant for log cabins. It's meant for, you know, whenever you have something hanging on the side here, like that, and you just want it to connect, you can make it that way. Whenever you have on the side of your house, you want some beam to make it look better, you can have that. If you want to make a tent, you can. So just gotta bring this one up, then bring another one up here, connect those two. And by the way, I love to start on the other side so that it goes through it, so like this. So if I started from here instead, you can kind of see the connection better. So I like that one. There you go. Now you just put this. Just a few examples of how you can use them, you know. Now I need to focus on the stream because I can use this all day and not present the rest of the features. So that brings me, there was a reason I was doing that, to the custom cloth. So custom cloth is pretty cool. You can select any point, and I will ask you for 3 more anchors. So 1, 2, 3, and that's the last one. And that will take the shape that you choose, and it will cost more cloth depending on the size. You can also at this stage choose to inflate and deflate it. So that's pretty darn cool for making custom structures. So for example, right here, I will be making this. Now you can cheese it if you select 2 points at the same location. So let's say I do this, and then, or just this here. That makes a triangle, even though it's supposed to be a square. So there's a way. There's ways to make it a triangle. There we go. And they are physical objects, so you can jump onto them. They will stop the rain if you have rain over you. They're, you know, fully functional. Now I didn't take my time right here, and you can see some cracks in between. But that's just to prove a bit my point of, you know, you can be very creative with it. There we go. And now I just made a small tent. Doop, doop, like this. There we go. How cool is that? There's even some god rays coming from from here. That's pretty neat, isn't it? So, sur quel moteur ça tourne? Unreal? Non, c'est Unity. On est sur Unity. Sorry, just reading some comments here. Oh god. Can we... Okay. I was just in Montreal. I left right as the snow melted. Very sad about that. Oh yes. Montreal in the winter. It's... okay, Quebec in general in the winter is both very good, very cool, because you can go skiing, snowboarding. There's a lot of activities you can do. You can go tubing, go in a little refuge. But if you're in a car in Montreal, it's very painful because of the parking and all that stuff. But in the summer, so many things open up, so many activities. Yeah, it said that you had to leave before. I had an idea about using the log and stretchy fabric to make furniture too. Oh yeah, very excited to see all the decoration. I used to try to make chairs with triangles and all that stuff, but with these, it will be much easier. If you like the game, don't hesitate. Oh yeah, that's still N. So many options available now. Ray tracing when. Oof, that will take the FPS down for sure. Okay, so that was the stretchy fabric. You know, you can use it obviously for whatever you want. Even if you know, just want to make something. Oh, I should probably do this. Like this. Oh, wrong anchor. There we go. Little little hut. You know, there's many options with it. So there we go. Now we do have a lot of storage now. So in case you're wanting to build a lot and you just go farming, you can bring everything back home into these storage solutions. So let's, well, why not use the home for that? So here, here, there's one for almost any like major resource that you need for construction. So you can put all your stones, for example, including sharp stones, the coal as well, the wind stones, into this one. And what's nice is that they act kind of a decoration element as well. So you can fill them up, and the more you fill them up, the more they will visually be full. So eventually they will be completely full, and they will look like this one. So now what's fun about the stockpiles is that they are available from anywhere on that island for building purposes. So if you see now, whenever I try to build something that costs stones, for example, the fireplace here, tells me I have 0 out of 3 woods, 0 out of 3 coal, but 59 out of 12 stone, even though I don't have any stones on me. But that icon right there, the little chest icon next to the 59, means that it's taken from my stockpile. So I can build as many stockpiles as I want, just go building my big castle without having to worry about going back to my chest, taking the inventory, and then going building. So all that is pretty handy. Now, if you do want to use them for decoration only, you can toggle this off. So this little toggle here will make them not accessible from building, so they will remain the same appearance, remain the same stock. So yeah, that's pretty useful. You can also rename them. So if I want to this to be my sharpstone container, and just type sharpstone, and now whenever I look over, it will just say sharpstone. So I can just be like, oh, where's my sharpstones? There they are. And indeed, there they are. So that's pretty handy. Now we do want to have that like availability feature for crafting as well and cooking, so you don't have to go take your resources from your chest when you want to do crafting. But that's probably going to come in a future update. So there we go. We have that for the leaves, flax, plank, stone, and wood. There are some new ones that will appear next update. We just didn't have time to implement all of them for this one. There we go. Now for your general needs, we have some baskets and chests. So baskets and chests, let's see, like that. These ones. So we do have like one of our game pillars, which is purpose and beauty, which is that everything that has a functional purpose should also be beautiful or can be used as decoration. So we try to take a different approach for the storage containers, so baskets of different sizes that can fit well in your home. They have different sizes for what you can put into them, and then we also have the chests right here, so which are much larger. So you will start with only these ones. So these only cost leaf fabric. You can build them from anywhere. These cost rope, so a bit more expensive, but they do have a bit more storage. And then later on in the game, you'll unlock the big ones for your needs of dumping everything in one big chest. These are not accessible outside. You have to go take everything if you want to use it. But that's intentional. It's your little personal storage, because in multiplayer these can be used by anyone, but the little baskets and chests are your personal stuff. I noticed you can't craft from the stockpiles in the workbench. Yes, so that's what I was telling about. We do plan to have it in the game. Very happy and excited about the storage and item stack changes. Wish food could stack a little bit though. Yes, so food can be a little frustrating that it doesn't stack. We do have some design discussion about this to find the right approach, because we don't want any frustration in the game. We also don't want a big stack of basically we want to create some kind of routine in the game, so we like players to go every now and then do some cooking, but we don't want to enforce we don't want to force players into a specific type of gameplay. So the right balance between stack size and is tough to achieve. But yes, food should probably stack a bit more. Okay, it's filled per slot or per stack. Like if you put okay, so it's in general, so per stack. So this one, if I change like that, it's gonna stay the same, because it's the percentage of it being filled. If I put them all in the same one, like this, you see it's the same. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Hey, both the slots and stacks need to be filled. Yes. There's a little animation for the storage units. Yes, there is. Just to let you know which one you're currently looking at. Boop, like this. Isn't it fun? When trying the demo, I was missing a storage for longleaf cloth and linen. They can both be used for a building. Yes. So there will be storage for linen. For fabric. There are some storage for fabric. The 3D models are done and all that stuff. There's also one for food, and there's also one for rope as well. Okay, so there we have the storage. That's it for this one. Okay, table map. Yes. And then I think it's pretty much it for the building pieces after that. Oh, we do have this one now. It's possible to make rounded roofs, because before it was possible to make rounded walls, but not rounded roof, now you can. Now you can. So let's try to do this. There we go. So that's pretty handy right there. Okay. So map table. Pretty sure that's the last building piece. Here we go. So the map table, when you build it, it's pretty large. We do have a design choice of, you know, the smaller the island, the faster it is, and the less you have to invest to make it move. But also, we want space to be like a dilemma in the game. So we do like the idea of, you know, this takes so much space that you probably want to build some kind of navigation room for it. The little flax machines, they come in multiple machines, like one to break flax, one to loom, one to make the rope, because we do like the idea of someone making a small place for transforming fabric. So all of that is through because of our idea of we want players to build a nice home, decorate the home, and we want to give them excuses to build more rooms, build more home, basically. So, sorry for those who think it's a bit big. Yeah, it's the way it is. Okay, so the tools here. Let's remove the grass underneath. Like this. Maybe we should have the grass removed by default, like some other constructions, just because that's pretty confusing. Okay, so you see this whole thing here represents the map. So the hurricane we see in the distance there is the center of the map. So some people think it's outside of the map, some people think it's the edge of the map, but it's actually the middle. So right here is the hurricane, and this little stone tablet signifies a quadrant, like a region of the map. So map is divided in 3 rings. Each ring gets smaller as it approaches the hurricane, but also has more island density. They will eventually have more challenges. They will be tougher to survive there, but you know, more islands mean more resources and faster exploration. These rings are divided in quadrants, in little regions, and every time you enter a new region, you get to see which islands are in that region. So right now we are right here. This little ship here is us, and each little pebble is an island. The green ones are the ones we stepped on, so the ones we've explored and discovered. The black ones are ones that are yet to be explored. So as you can see, not a lot of islands in that first sector, except for our starting cluster here. So as you explore them, the green dots will become more numerous, and you'll be able to see, you know, what's left to explore, so that you can have that satisfying, hey, I did it, when you explored everything. So there we go. Eventually, we want to have it like an interactable. You can like press E to interact and like have a camera that zooms, that moves around, that places markers and all that stuff. Because right now it's pretty hard to see. We do need to use the spyglass to look. Okay. Wow, I missed a lot of... Are there any plans for more tiers of tools and weapons? Yes. Bone tools, glass tools, and then variants for each. So, windstone tools, serrated bones tools, and charged glass tools. What about the animals in terrariums? So animals in terrariums, terrariums are for the new corruption system. So when you have to research a cure and develop the cure, and then you'll be able to test it against either monsters or in a small terrarium. So it will come with that whole corruption update. Animals is our intent for the next update, so they will be coming very soon. We're currently implementing them, so we got to see them yesterday for the first time. They were walking around the islands, jumping, and all that stuff, so it was pretty fun to see. If VODs are available, you can sneak peek to see that more island types, flora, fauna, and concepts to be added. Yeah, we did go through like half of the concept art. We do need to make another live stream to show the remaining half of the concept art. But yeah. Will there be some kind of ranged weapons? Yes. So we plan to have bows and arrows, as well as some siege weapons. But on top of that, and some throwables as well. So once you have the cure, you can do some cleanse bombs. So basically, like a grenade that just cleanses every mushroom in a little area. We do plan to have a more mobile, like attack moves for the player. So you can think like Doomfist in Overwatch, something like that. A character that can, just by his basic move, go up in the air and down on the ground in like a fluid way. So all of that is still a work in progress. We have to rework the whole combat system, because right now it's just a very much a placeholder, right? So you attack, and that's it. The enemies attack you back with small basic attacks. So the combat system is a placeholder right now. Eventually, we will have a moveset that allows you to like charge an attack, do an up slash to go into the air, land on the ground easily. So all of that will be very fluid. Wait, what? Is it possible to remove grass on their foundations after they've been built? I mean, after they've been built, probably not. But let's say that this annoys me right here. You could see the little grass right here for a moment. I could definitely remove that foundation, take my door kit to remove the grass here, and then build it back up. There we go, no more grass. So yes, you can do that. If you can reach it. Oh yeah. I guess pre-build, but I don't know if there's some special system about it. While traveling with my island, I found an island that seemed to be a copy of the starting island. In multiplayer, will you start on one island or on these different on these different starting islands that are identical? Okay, so basically the map. Yeah, I was explaining the table map. I got distracted there. Yeah, so the whole map has 500 islands. If you choose a medium map, you can like lower or take a bigger density if you want. But because there are 500 islands, but there are only 40 different ones that we've made so far, because the islands are not randomly generated, they are authored, then you will find a lot of duplicates. So yes, you did find a copy of the starting island, probably a lot of copies of other islands too, without you noticing. I see a lot of people stumbling upon an island they already visited without noticing. Sometimes it's just about like how you enter it that makes it seem different. But in multiplayer, we're working on multiplayer right now, how it will work, all that stuff. For the initial spawning of like creating a new world with friends, you'll probably spawn all on the same island, because we do want players to, you know, have fun from the get-go together. We hate games that ask you to like do a long tutorial or wait for several hours or minutes before you can play with your friends. So yeah, you might start on a starting island. We'll have to figure out design-wise if that makes sense. And as far as like how you join a friend server, you join with your character, but also with your home island. So let's say I spend a lot of time building here, my friend starts to play, or I found a friend that apparently plays Aloft too. I'm like, which world should we pick? I have my home island here, you have yours on your side. We don't have to choose. I just joined with my home island in your world. So that's pretty fun. In the same sense, if I play with you on your server and you disconnect from the night, I can still play on my world with that island and keep, you know, progressing, and then join you back when you connect the next day. Okay, very excited to have the islands more populated. Yes, animals, wildlife, corruption, biomes, exploration stuff. It's pretty exciting. In the next few months, I'm going to be working on both progression and exploration. So everything you can find on an island, that would be so exciting. Because right now, the only exploration bit we have is knowledge stones and crops, but we want to make it way more exciting than that. I think any kind of island can have a copy, yes. Is there a wiki for Aloft? Not yet. Someone started to make it, but I don't know where it is right now. I already get the red preview circle when you remove the grass. Just take your door kip. If you have the door kip in hand, you have the preview, because it's the tool that it is required to do it. There we go. Oh my god, I'm answering questions that have already been answered. Have you played the newest demo? Okay, can I start making one? The islands are going to be spawned in certain numbers in the world or in the blocks, because the first is more natural, but the second prevent an absence of islands in a certain range. Yes, so we do have to work more on like how they generate. They are intended to generate in clusters, so like the starting cluster here, but then the clusters are way more sparse as you keep exploring, because this one is handmade. We chose every island and every location of those islands, as the rest is like randomly distributed. So yeah, maybe we have to work a bit on how they are distributed. Maybe leave the devs to make the wiki. We probably won't make the wiki. It's a lot of time and effort, and we do love the fact that, you know, to empower the community to you know, put on there what they find about the game. But maybe we'll help. But it's a tough work, big task. If they don't want to have yet, okay. I'm trying right now. I get a circle. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there you go. They would have to hire a team to update the wiki. Yeah, it's a big work. Any anti-griefing things to restrict someone not to destroy what you've built? I don't remember if you said something about it before, like adding or removing someone from trusted and all. Yes, so we do plan to have your server being. You can choose if it's a public one or a private one, but if you go public, we really don't want griefing. So it's really important for us to prevent with as many features and quality of life options as possible, to let you decide what the other player can do, let you control, you know, how much liberty and freedom you want to give random strangers regarding your home world. It's unclear right now exactly what those features will be, but we discuss we discuss it a lot since we started work on the game. It's like in our visions and values. Is faster the linen square sale or the junk? I mean, okay, so let's see. The square sale is the most win take, so the fastest. But the junk is the durability. So we removed it in this demo because we weren't satisfied with it, but there was a small win challenge whenever you crossed a ring. But basically your sails could get damaged and destroyed, and the junk sail lasts longer than the square one, but the square one gives you more speed. Okay, so now there are a few more things I need to show you. By the way, the map table, let's keep explaining what it does. If you enter a new area, the stone tablet will reveal itself, as I previously mentioned. And eventually you'll be able to see your beacons as well on there. Yeah, and that's just the first altitude level, so not a lot of people are aware, but there will be 3 altitude levels. So we are not sure if it's going to be like an addition that you put on top and it keeps growing, or if it's like 3 different table maps for each altitude level. But yeah, there's more to it than this map. Okay, so now let's cover a few more things. So we did some VFX changes and more environmental changes. So as you can see, there are now birds. The birds wander around the hot air currents just to make them a bit more visible. And there are also some butterflies. I don't know if I can see the butterflies somewhere. Maybe there's no butterflies on this one. Let's check. What about a 3D glass map? What would be that would be very beautiful. Oh yeah, that's a cool idea. A 3D glass map, damn. Bottom level could be stone, and next one's glass spider web to see through or switch between them. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I love the idea of altitudes. That's such a great way to add depth. Yeah, so one of the premises we had initially was Subnautica but inverted. So, you know, in Subnautica, it's more dangerous if you go deeper. It's more strange and weird. You want that, but upwards. So the higher up you go, the weirder the biomes, the stranger the weather, and very dangerous. Fungi is going to get way more dangerous as well. But you know, the loot is going to be better as well. So all of that is pretty cool. I love the butterflies. I absolutely freaked out with joy when I saw them the first time. Yes, where are they? I think they're on flowers. Right here. Little butterflies. Aren't they cool? There's some white ones as well. There we go. Little butterflies. Just to add some life before we add the livestock. If they render in the same place every time, I know there are just some... Yeah. So butterflies, they spawn automatically near flowers, I believe. Yeah. So my island I settled on didn't have any flowers, so that's why. Okay, the butterflies are cute. I love them. Yes, I agree. Okay. We also have new atmospheric effects. I don't know if it was there in the previous demo, but we have like floating debris. They're not supposed to spawn on islands yet, but sometimes they do and can look weird. But they're just there to give you a sense of speed whenever you glide, so you have a reference point instead of just like the emptiness of the sky. It makes you feel like you're actually moving in the 3D space. We updated the visuals of the upstreams, like that, the updrafts. And as far as rain, that's where it gets exciting. So if I type it rain 1, then it should slightly rain. Or rain 10, for example. There you go. So it will start raining a bit, not a lot, just a small rain. Rain, let's try 30. Now it gets a bit more windy. You can hear the wind is picking up and the rain gets more intense. Rain 60. Now it gets really stormy. So there's a small hidden feature that when you go against the wind, you're slower than when you go on the other side. It's not as intense as it could be right now because it's only rain 60, but you'll see in rain 100. Now, if I type in rain 100, now you'll see that this is very intense. Oh. Rain. Okay. So now it's very slow going this way, but much faster going this way. And the noise is really intense. But what's fun is that it interacts with the building system. So the rain will stop and sound way more chill once I get inside a building. So right now it does sound a bit less rainy, but if I close my building, it will be much better. Okay. I should probably have made a smaller house easier to close. Okay, we don't want this. Oh, okay. This. Now, the ceiling. Oops. This one. Square roof. And then we just need the corners. Alright. Almost there. And a door. Did my game just crash? Did my game really just crash? Okay, no it didn't. Okay. Now let's... Alright. Hear that? Peace. Finally. It's quiet. So, and I have my, my ambient at 50%. So you can hear kind of in the background. Rain has stopped. Now, when I open the door, you'll hear the wind gushing through the door, and the rain will start to pick up again. So that's what it sounds outside. And then... Isn't that nice? I'm so excited about that. Kyle does an amazing job with the sounds. There's also some other stuff, so if I go rain 0, the footsteps, they sound wet. Can you hear the footsteps? They sound wet, and they will progressively sound less wet as time goes on, because, you know, it just rained. Yeah. So there's a lot of cool sound design going on here. Okay. Can you pick up staff while building in survival too? Also, whoa, that ambient, yeah. Can you pick up staff? What do you mean by pick up staff? Let's go and creative off. If you mean like the pickup option, this, yes, it's the middle mouse button. So I middle mouse click on something and I have it in my hand now, like this. I don't know if that's what you meant, but there you go. Also the okay, some things here. Okay, so camera shake option is the last thing we need to let you know, because it does tangle a bit. So if I go to rain 100, you'll notice that even though I'm not moving, the screen moves. Because it's raining so much that the island is kind of rotating a bit. So the screen moves in gliding during thunderstorms, while you're doing some other activities as well. So that may induce some motion sickness. So we do have an option, where would it be? Is it video? Camera shake. You can say off, and now it doesn't shake it anymore. So for those of you who have some motion sickness, there we go. Okay, video. I personally enjoy it, but yes. Okay, so that about covers what's new in that new demo. So we have a lot of building pieces. So there is two things mainly. So three things. Building pieces, including storage, some wind and visual effects and audio, and also the whole navigation thing with like spyglass and map table. So now I do want to show you a bit of what we've been working on for the next updates. Next update. So just a little sneak peek of what might come next in 2 months. So yeah. There's no more Eye of the Storm. It was like an oasis in the desert. There's still an Eye of the Storm. There's still an Eye. You can still go there. But we removed the wind challenges, so you can't go there. There's just no more sail breaking and all that stuff. Have you guys planned to add VR? It would be very fun. It's not in our plans right now, but if eventually the game releases and we do have an opportunity to do it, maybe we'll consider it, because it could be fun. But it's not in our immediate plans, no. Is there an option to remove the flashing notification lights? We could have that, because it does annoy a lot of people. So right now, no, but I'll definitely pass the comment along. In my demo, it's black. What's black? I think I missed something. Okay, so let's go back to just chatting for a moment. Save and quit desktop. Okay. So this right here. Where is my scene? Window, general, scene. There we go. Okay. Awesome. The eye of the storm is black, like the layer before. Huh. That's strange. I saw some streamers going into it and it wasn't that way, so maybe there's a small bug. Can you send a screenshot on the Discord, please? Because if it is a bug, we'd like to know about it. Okay, so there are a few things I can show you guys. Okay, so this. Alright. Just trying to make sure, I'm just preparing my windows to show you everything. Just it will take a moment. Okay, here. Okay, so this, and this. Okay, yeah, that sounds great. So, here we go. Alright, so I want to show you a few things we've been working on. So first is these trees. They're not ours. I said that multiple times during my previous streams, if you guys were there. But we took them from the Unity asset store, and they've been in the game for a while. They don't look very good. When they fall, it's pretty ugly. So we changed them. So we did have like one custom tree recently, which was this one. We changed the fir tree for our own version. It's the one I showed you in the demo earlier. But now we've been working on some new trees, so I want to show them to you. So okay, so that's one of them. So I'm not good with the names of the trees. Mary would probably know better. This one may be the oak. I'm not sure. So there we go. So that's a very twisty tree. So we do want to have like the wind kind of in everything of the game, so that's why the stones have lines, the wind lines, all that stuff. And these trees have been like shaped very weirdly because they're constantly rotating around the hurricane. They have the winds trying to push them around, so they look a bit twisty like that. So we do have a lot of variants because eventually we'll have the trees be able to grow and be replanted and all that stuff. So they have various stages from sapling to young to mature, and even an elder one. So the elder one will be like about twice as big as this one, but it won't be able. You won't be able to cut it. It's like a mountain. You can't move the mountain. You can't move the elder tree. It's just there for decoration. So there you go. So there's a lot of these. Now we also have these ones that are already in the demo, but we tweaked the colors a bit to make them more different from the other trees. So it's the fir trees. There you go. The small versions of the fir trees. We did make this one as well. So here we go. So this one, again, I don't know the tree names by heart, but this one is also going to replace the current trees we have. Also a bit twisty. Chestnut. Yeah, there we go. That's the chestnut tree. So all in all, there's like one version of each, and in comparison with the old ones. So they are more in line with like what we want for the trees in the loft. So they will be the last placeholders we had will be gone very soon. So the character was changed recently. For those who have been there for a long time, we used to have a lot of placeholders of Unity Asset Store assets. Now they're all be gone, finally. and the sound that will come with them, and all the animations and like the effects of like them falling down, which feel much will feel much more satisfying. We still have the birch tree to make. That will come maybe later because we have to move on to another other features that we want to 3D model. Our artist is very busy, but yeah, we will have some very neat looking birch trees as well. Okay, so that's it for the new trees. Now, I didn't wanted to show you a few extra pieces we didn't have time to add into the game. So as I told you, like rounded, so rounded stone foundations will be a thing. The triangle stones, all that stuff will come. Right now we didn't have time to add them, but you know they're done, so they will come. We also have this right here. Oops. So what I want to show you here is we already have that, but the rounded railing is coming as well. We just didn't have time to add it. So rounded railing coming. Right now you can do it. You can like put 3 normal railings in a certain angle that it won't work, but eventually it will come. I like those. They look much more natural. They look just like trees you would see in the dunes where it's very windy. Yes, exactly. They're actually useful fungus that grow on branches area. They can be used as a great fire starter. Yeah, there's a ton of very cool fungus. We plan to add foxfire mushroom for light sources, oyster mushrooms for mycoremediation and cooking, turkey tail mushrooms for cooking, and reishi mushrooms for healing. So some few examples of mushrooms we want to add. Maybe in the future we'll add more, but yeah. Okay, so now for the storage solutions. So I told you we have the rope storage. So it will be like a little tree like this. You attach your ropes to it, to the branches. And then the granary will be used to store all your food. So there you go, food storage. Okay, now this one is the wool. So with the new animals will come wool. So you need a place to store the wool. I think that's not the correct version. Like you can see it's missing some textures, all that stuff. But just know that it will come eventually. Okay, now I'll be moving to some animal stuff. So I'll show you the 3D models of the livestock update, and then I will show you some of the animations. I'm not allowed to show you like the exact animals in game with the colors and everything, because we want to make like an announcement and all that stuff. But it will come very soon. So yeah, I am allowed to show you the AI pathfinding. So Max has been hard at work trying to make sure the animal can move wherever they like. So right now the animal is trying to reach the player, and you can see it will travel through the maze. It will try to go up the stairs, and here. How cool is that? So, will there be a demo version with animals? Yes, next update in like 2 months. There we go. How cool is that? So, cutest ball ever. I really love that the oyster mushrooms specifically can be used for mycoremediation. Yeah, so it's kind of a part of our intent. I learned a lot about mushrooms. Yeah, we tried to define exactly like scientifically how our corruption works, what kind of mushroom it is. Yeah, we like my note documents of like how mushrooms reproduce, grow, the different kinds, the the way they infect, like the parasitic mushrooms and predator mushrooms, all that stuff. Sometimes I read my note documents and I'm like, oh shit, this is like confusing as hell for anyone who didn't watch and learn and read the things I did. But yeah, mycoremediation is very important to us to show that it's like, for the future, it's a really great idea. Permaculture as well. So we will have permaculture, we will have mycoremediation, ecosystem growth. the animals can't be killed for their meat. They have to stay happy, so you have to give them food, water, pet them, because they have social needs as well. They have a space need, so they need to be able to roam around. Because overall, we're trying to send a good message. We'll also remove the coal and replace it by charcoal, because it's technically carbon neutral to burn the tree, because it accumulated carbon during its life that you release when you burn it. So it's like it doesn't help nature, but it's like a status quo, burning wood. So charcoal is better than coal because it's a renewable resource. So we'll replace that as well. Because, yeah, we do want to have a positive message about, how to save the environment, like being in symbiosis with nature. But if we don't, teach or show how, then, what's it worth? So there you go. Will we have to worry about them falling off the island a lot? Okay, so we did test their pathfinding yesterday, and one did jump off the island, but it's gonna be fixed. So no, they won't jump off the island. They won't fall off the island. The only way they can die is from old age, and you can make little graves for them, and all that stuff. But no jumping off the island, hopefully. In Aloft, mushrooms eats you. Yes, the corruption, the Kakoraise, which stands for evil roots. Yes, it does try to eat you. I found the Eye of the Storm, but it's much smaller and darker than I remember, and with no islands. Yeah, no islands in the eye. You said they don't like being in cages, but falling off the island can be the big concern there. Yes, yes indeed. Hopefully their pathfinding doesn't lead them there. We'll see. Maybe you'll have to build some railing around the island, or maybe, we'll just fix it and make sure they don't. Okay, so animals' assets. So here are a few of them. So the animals need to be fed, and you need to give them water. So there are some troughs here that you can build. And the troughs can be filled either with water, or with grain, or with hay. So pheasants and goats eat grain. Goats and alpacas eat hay, I'm pretty sure. And alpacas and pheasants eat berries as well. So whatever, they all eat two different kind of foods. So you can fill these containers with some different foods, and they will just go there and eat it. Here is the little grain sack that you can transport in your hands. You can directly feed the animals, but you can also put it in the trough for them to eat when you're not there. There are some feathers that the pheasants will drop around, so you can collect them to make some decoration, some arrows, and some clothing and stuff like that. There are some shears. Shears will be used to trim the animals, so you can collect their wool. They will also be used to trim some decorative plants and some decorative banners. So you put a square banner or square flag as a decoration. You use the shears to change the shape, like to make it triangle, to make it funky. It's also the tool that's going to be used to give a haircut or change the beard style of other players around the island. So, pretty funny features. Manure right here. So animals will poop and they will produce manure, which is very useful to make compost and put some nutrients in your garden, because eventually we'll make the distinction between just putting dirt to plant and adding some nutrients to the ground. So these will add some nutrients back. Hay bale, so that's if you want to store your hay, and that's going to be in your hand to go and feed the animals or fill the trays. And then these little nests here. So the pheasants will make nests around your island. So they will make one nest and return to it. The blue cracked egg is a fertilized egg, so that will make a new pheasant eventually. While the white/beige one is an unfertilized egg, which you can eat and use for cooking. So there we go. There are some assets of the animal system. Animal parkour to test how smart they are. If the animal can only die from old age, then I suppose the food is only for animal production. Yes. So they have different needs. They need to have they have a social need, so you can pet them. If they're young enough, they will follow their mother, and as long as they can follow their mom, they will have their social needs satisfied. They need to be fed and drink, and they need to have a name. If you don't name them, they won't be as happy. And they need a space need. They have a space need to roam around. The more of these needs are satisfied, the more resources they will produce and faster. So you do want them to be happy if you want more resources. So you don't need to feed them because they will just, they will still live. They won't die if you don't feed them. They will just, graze around in the grass. So yeah, they can be injured, so they can be wounded by enemies and other stuff. They can be contaminated and infected by the corruption. They can be sad for different reasons. They can be wet by the rain, so that will make them less happy. So you do have to make sure that they don't get those conditions. Also, there should be an extreme map dimensions with 3 or 4K islands. Because one altitude level has 500 by default, and there are 3 layers, there are 1.5K islands per map. If you augment the density to 1K per layer, then you get to 3K per map. Nice way to show the difference. Is there food spoilage? No. So no food spoilage. You can just leave it there. They'll eat. Eventually, it will diminish, and you have to refill it. Can you add the option for automated name generations for animals? For those who are not good at naming things. Yeah, definitely. When you name something, it could just suggest a name by default, so you can just spam click them to name them, or you can find your own names. These are the sad story of the animals, which is that animals are also victim of the fungi corruption. So most animals, you will find them on corrupted islands, and they will be trapped in these fungi pods. So you can interact with the pods to open them, save the animals. The animal will be critically infected. You have to find a cure and cure them of their infection to gain the animal. So that's an open pod, and that's a closed pod. The thing is, these pods, sometimes you're too late. So when you open the pod, the animal will already be dead, and the only thing that will be inside those pods are bones. So for those of you who are looking for bones on the daily, this is a more certain way to find bones. So if you're looking for that, just go on corrupted islands, open as many pods as you can, and you'll have some bones. So it's a more stable way to find bones. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, instead of just looking around and being disappointed. So those are a few of the assets of what I can show you. I also wanted to show you here a couple of animations. So these are some montage of the pheasants, for example. So I can't show you the full thing with colors and everything, but I can tell you they are very cute. They look also very stupid because they have like their tongue out. We need red pandas, by far the cutest animals on this planet. I'll take note. They are indeed very cute. These are the alpacas. So by the way, these are the corrupted versions. When they're all when they're corrupt, they have fungi growing onto them, and the fungi actually binds them together, binds their arms and legs, so they can't move, they can't walk. So you have to carry them in your arms to safety. So that's why they are like this. Here are some extra animations. So when feeding the animals, they are very, very cute. We are reworking the animation so that the alpaca's head doesn't go through the player's head like this. But yeah. They are so cute. Yes, thank you. When we get multiplayer, I'm a run and animal rescue. Yes. Yes. We need to rescue all the animals. Did you see the last one, by the way? That's a chick in the hand because it's too small. There you go. So yeah, so we have for the next update, we plan to have the animals. We plan to have new construction pieces, as you saw. We also plan to have the new trees and the character customization. So I don't have like a thing to show you. I think you saw it already in the Discord, maybe not. We have a ton of facial hair, a ton of hairstyles. I think about 22, 25 hairstyles, a lot of beards. We have tattoos, scars, although the tattoos and the scars might not be in the initial character customization, but they might come later. We have body shapes, skin color, hair color, eye color, all that stuff. Female characters, yeah. So our characters are what's the name? Androgynous, the unisex. So we do have characters with more typically female traits, but we don't really associate them with a female or male gender. So you can build a female character if you want by just mix and matching what feels female for you, or same for male. But you know, it's Calvin sometimes shows us like a beard with a hairstyle, and we're like, oh yeah, that's a man. And then you remove the beard, and it's like, oh, that's a female, because the shape the shape of the face is so so unisex. Non-binary characters, yeah, exactly. So we don't really want to like put the gender on the things we're making. It's up to the player to make the character they want. The critic with the sickle is just a loss of time. It does the same thing as spamming, but it takes 2 seconds to charge. 2 seconds to charge. Oh yeah, the last hit. Yeah. So every like combo is not as intended right now. So I think the closest one to as intended would be the axe, because it does the thing and pushes. But every other one has too long of a like dead time after. Let's return to just chatting. The sickle takes too long to charge. The door kip is annoying when it hits the ground a lot. So when we rework the combat system, we'll like make sure the combos are very satisfying or more useful than just spamming. So all that would be fixed. Yeah. Mohawk and Viking braids. Yes, definitely they are. There's so many different hairstyles, and there are some very Viking and dwarvish hairstyles. I'm going to have an island full of adorable derpy birds. Yes, please do. I can't wait for the animals. I keep asking Max to like update the the demo so I can play with animals. Sickle is my favorite tool weapon based on absolutely nothing. Well, it's fun to use. It's very quick as well, and the sound like it's fun. Yeah. I can tell you why it's my favorite. The attack speed does it for me. Yeah, sickle, attack speed. I agree. The bone sword is very fast as well, but nothing matches the sickle. I wish though the sickle had more range. You know, more like sideways hitbox. It could be fun. So yeah, that's about it for what I wanted to show you. So yeah, there are a lot of things that we plan to add for the next update. Everything you see, you know, the update might be more or less than 2 months. The content might vary. We can maybe add some more stuff, or some things might not be there. Because honestly, we just go with the flow. But that's what we plan to add. So thank you for being there. I really enjoy doing these streams. I do them less often because the last few weeks and even months have been pretty crazy. But the plan is kind of to do one stream every month, which is a more realistic schedule with everything that's going on. So that those streams will be like more to the points. Sometimes, you know, we'll keep doing the interviews. We might keep doing some gameplay. But yeah, and because we release a new demo every 2 months, that means that like every 2 months we'll have a stream like this where we show the demo and show what's coming, and the other month will be some kind of event like we had before. So yeah, I love doing these. I love seeing you guys play the game as well. Send as many screenshots as you can on Discord. I love that. Stream it on Twitch. I love to join in and say hi and answer some questions. I'm watching Twitch like 24/7 for Aloft because I just love the community so much. So yeah, I'm very excited to do that stream in 2 months, just to show you the animals. It will be so fun. So yeah. Let's read some comments before I go. The old sickle final combo was great for fighting large amount of enemies. No charging time. Yeah, the twist. That's probably what we're gonna implement as well. Yeah. Thank you, Nico. No man, thank you for making this game and keeping us updated. I'll poke on the Discord, but if you guys ever need help with stream setup or anything Twitch side, I'm more than happy to help. Yes, there's a lot of little things I'd like to do, and I don't know how. Like a lot of streamers have this little currency that you accumulate, and then you can spend that currency to do some cool stuff. I love to know how to do that. I would love to know how to raid as well, because I don't know how to raid. So please help. Also, when multiplayer comes out, I really want to collaborate with Twitch streamers. So I'd love to make a little list of streamers who would be glad to play with me multiplayer when it comes out. That might be towards the end of the year. So let me know, those who are who wants to do that. Okay. Nice to see the progress and what will come next. Yes, it's me, I'm streamers. Excellent. It's a fun game. My favorite Nico moment was the, oh my god, we only expected you to spend 90 minutes on it 7 hours into the game. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we thought like people would play between 10 minutes and like maybe an hour, with the crazy ones going for like 2 or 3 hours. But man, some people have been playing the game for like 7, 15, 30 hours. And there's like, for me at least, because I see the whole picture, I see like there's nothing to do. Like, you know, what's the end game? There's no like bigger challenge in the Corrupted Islands. There's nothing like to work towards. Like me, because I'm so used to these same islands, because we've been working on the game for so long, the islands don't feel fresh to me anymore. So I'm like, yeah, why are you playing? But whenever I see people play, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's heartwarming to see people enjoy the game as much as they do. Are trees regenerable? Both from the roots and from nothing. Okay, so trees, right now, trees only respawn from the stumps. So if you leave the stumps, the trees will respawn. If not, if you remove the stump, it will not respawn. Eventually, it will be a whole different system, but that's how's it for now. I'm 20 hours easy. I'm 20 hours and rising. Wow. 14 hours on the first stream and continuing on. Yeah, wait. I think I watched you a lot, right? Ivanox V2? Yeah. I was popping in on and off. I was working like all night on the new corruption system. And then every time I would go to Twitch to see who was playing Aloft, there would be you playing for so long. 69 hours. Nice. But the building, we must learn the ways and the best Aloft architects. Yes, I agree. I would love to see like building competitions when the game releases, or you know, anytime. 263 hours, RKD fan. You're crazy, man. That's way too much. I think I have like 2 games in my Steam library that have that many hours, and those are released games. Multiplayer is something I wanted to play with my friends and also with other streamers, of course. Yeah, I'd love to collaborate. That would be so much fun. And also French streamers as well, because of course, as you may notice with my accent, I'm French Canadian. Finishing the level doesn't mean finishing the game, though. Yeah, that's true. Cheese will be implemented, right? Yes, if we have milk, of course we want to have cheese, right? Cheesecakes, that would be good. I need to add some cheesecakes in the recipes. I started a few months ago. Yeah, true. Is a DM on Discord for Twitch stuff okay? Yeah, definitely DM me on Discord. Yeah. Having the devs on my stream was the coolest way to hype up the game for views. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I thought more of it like I'm helping the streamer who struggles with the game and has some questions, but I'm guessing for viewers it's pretty cool as well. I can't wait for my next Aloft stream. We are moving islands again. Hell yeah. That's something I wanted to do. Eventually, when the game is out, I probably want to like sail all the islands to like one spot. The game will crash for sure. To like make a big archipelago. But more than 200 hours inside the island editor. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's why. Island editor takes a while, yeah. A blueberry or strawberry cheesecake, that would be very nice. Yes, we have the blueberry pie right now and pumpkin pie, but cheesecake, oh, that would be good. And I agree, strawberries, we don't have strawberries, but we definitely should. That would be great. Strawberry cheesecake gets my vote. Yes. Give us your recipe ideas, because we do want the cooking system to feel like very like cozy and good, like every comfort food you can imagine. So definitely send over your comfort foods. I still need to find watermelons. You still haven't found? Oh yeah, they're pretty hard to find watermelons. Birch forests. If you find birch trees, that's where most watermelons are. Anything nuts? Anything with nuts in them, you mean? Honey would be awesome. Yes, we do plan to have honey, because bees are a very important part of the ecosystems. So bees and honeys will be a thing. Shepherd pie. Oh yeah, good idea. Although that's with meat, right? Is there a way to have it without meat? All things potato. We should just have like joke recipes that people can just stumble upon and find and be like, oh, we can cook that. And just one potato, or just one sliced and raw potato. Pecan, hazelnut, cashew. Yeah, that's true. Nuts. There are some nuts in the cooking system planned with some trees. But I could do some research on like the cool nuts that could be found fun for cooking. It can be potatoes and veggies, I think. It's the baked pie goodness, I think, that makes it good for me. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, the hot, steamy pie that comes out of the oven. It smells so good. Oh yeah, I agree. Potatoes and veggies. Oh, you're making me so hungry right now. I want a shepherd's pie now. I think we need a recipe channel on Discord where we could brainstorm our recipe ideas. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if... I can poke... Can we have cooking channel on Discord for the players to share recipe ideas? There you go. I don't have control over the Discord, but maybe Felix or Menu will do it. Alright. Well, guys, it was fun. I think I'll end the stream in a few, unless there are some questions. I'll ask the streams as soon as like there are no more questions. But I really like talking with you guys. I don't know. I never know how many people are watching, cause I only have my OBS Studio and I have a little window for the chat. But it's always a surprise to me. Some streams are like 20 people, some streams are like 5 people. I never know. But there are a lot more people talking today. 25 viewers right now. Okay, great. So no protein plans other than eggs. No. So eggs and some beans, stuff like that. That's pretty much it. So eggs will be the main protein. Yeah. Because we just don't want animal killing. Because as soon as you allow animal killing, you know some players will just go slaughter animals. And I mean, we don't have anything about players choosing their own playstyle, but as much as we can like encourage a different playstyles to other survival games, you know, if we can't do it, we're trying to do it. So, because you know, other survival games, people are very used to deforestation. It's the easiest way to get wood. Killing animals, easiest way to get food. So we are trying a new way with the new ecosystem and permaculture system that's going to be introduced soon. Will make it way more efficient to grow an ecosystem instead of destroying it, and animals will be more efficient for your survival if you leave them alive and make them happy. So hopefully this makes like the optimal way of playing one that's different from other survival games. as well as one that's goes in line with the peaceful life of someone living in the clouds in the cozy game, right? Because one of our gameplay pillars, design pillars, is the optimal way of playing should be one that's there shouldn't be a choice between making something beautiful and heartwarming and the optimal way of playing. Both of them should be the same thing. I think we should be able to throw stuff at other players like beans. Okay, yeah, I agree. We do want some mischief between players and multiplayer. We want some wholesome moments, like being able to have different musical instruments and play instruments that synchronize each other to make a song around the campfire. Have other stuff like that. I don't recall all the ideas we had, but we do want to have stuff for mischief as well. So throwing like beans at other players and snowballs, that's a really good idea. Wind chimes, yes, wind chimes will be there. It's something I wanted to have for a while. Oh, I have other things to show you. Why? We have decorations to show you. I'm behind. Me over here literally streaming a Sons of the Forest pacifist run on Thursdays. Yeah, I also do pacifist runs on Minecraft whenever I can. I love the eco-pacifist teams you guys are pushing for. All good vibes. Yes. If you could see the joyous face I made at the thought of an Aloft jam. Yes. Yes, we want wholesome moments, Okay, so we do have things to show you. So, decorations. Let me know if I already showed this. I feel like I didn't, but maybe I did. So we have a bunch of little decoration sheets to show you. Because Mary can't work on the trees anymore. I told you like the birch trees have to be done, but later on, because she needs to move on to something else, she's moving on to decoration. So maybe next update or the one after that, we'll have some decorations. So here you can see some curtains. So plank, wood, leaf, wool, so different materials that you can use. These go hand in hand with our purpose and beauty pillar, so whatever has a purpose is also decoration, so they can be interacted with to open and close them if you want to add or remove light to your home. These are the decorations. No, I'm not sharing my screen, sorry. I just clicked on the scene instead of double clicking on it because I'm in studio mode in OBS. So there we go. It should be possible to use the bucket to make other players wet so they get a water splash animation on their screens. That's fun. Just make them wet by throwing a bucket. That's a good idea. Okay. So there you go. That's what I wanted to show you. So curtains, we have wood, plank, different materials, and they can be opened and closed. And the reason they are white, and you may feel like, that's a missed opportunity of making them look good, is because of our dye system. So we want players to be able to recolor them with different dyes to make them the color they want, and also have some patterns. So you can dye a pattern a certain color, and then the background a different color. So you have like different white dots on a pink background, for example. You can do that. So that's why they look white. Here you go. Decorations. The wind chimes we were talking about. So we can build some wind chimes. There are some hanging plant pots, so you can put some flowers and some plants you like hanging from the roof. A little flower crown. Doesn't it look good? Here are some more decorations. So these already come with a pattern. You can change the color of the pattern. You can change the pattern itself. You can change the color of the cloth. So they are hanging decorations. So things you can put on your, on top of your door frames, on top of your bed, on the walls, on the ceiling, above your fireplace, whatever you want. So they do make some dangling noises. So the one on the bottom right are supposed to like make some fun noise. Some cool stones here. You can change the plants that are hanging from there. All that stuff. Let's see. Hell yeah, I was waiting to dye my sails. Yeah, that would be fun. I'm also waiting for that. By the way, the dye system will also allow you to dye your building parts. So if you want like an orange door, like in the wallpaper, you can. I love them all. My partner is making fun of me for my visceral reaction to these decorations. Oh my god, the stone one in the top right. Yes. Now we have this. So basically, you already saw most of these, except the little apples and the pumpkins. The reason they're here is because we want to 3D model all of the food, all of the recipes. That way you can equip them in your hotbar and see the food in 3D in your hand and eat it. But because there's another reason we're making them 3D, because we want them to hold in your hand, but we also want them to be placeable. So you can go in your building and your construction menu, choose food, and there's variants for each meal. And then you can place down on your table, you can place on your campfire, you can place anywhere you want the food you set. And they also have a purpose because you can take them to bring them into your inventory and eat them. So you go over your table, you hold E, it eats it, you know. So that's going to be fun. And the pumpkins themselves can be placed in a little decoration like that. The apples can be placed in a little pot. So yeah, that will be fun. Set a table with food, bro. So awesome. Yeah, that's going to be exciting. If you make it placeable, please add this theme from the cup in 3D. Yeah, that's why we have it there. We do want foods to produce that kind of, you know, cool visual effect of the steam because they're hot and cozy. Maybe some sound as well, like the bubbling of the hot soup or, you know, stuff like that. So there is the Dreams and Progression tab. Does that mean we get Dream Catchers too? Maybe a variant of the dream catchers. We don't want to have like cultural appropriation, because yeah, it's a tough subject, dream catchers, because they have been used a lot in the wrong way. So using them now is a bit it's a divisive subject. But we probably will want to have some kind of decoration to make your sleep better. Because yes, that's the short answer is yes. What a shape and form will it take? It's not decided yet. It will make your sleep better, essentially. And by sleep, I mean your dreams. It will be more chances of having a dream that boosts your stats and stuff like that. Dye the sheep like in Minecraft. I don't think we'll be able to dye the sheeps, but you can definitely have a color around their neck and dye that color and stuff like that. You just want a pink alpaca. Okay, so leaf furniture. So that's like your starting home furniture. A little couch, a little chair, table, little little cushions and pillows. Yes, it's a lounge. So yeah, we want to have furniture, and they are going to be interactable as well. So you can lay down on the couch, you can sit on the chair, all that stuff. Because why not? It's fun. I love the backrest with other strings. Yes, yes, I agree. And then we have lighting. So these are still more concept. So they will be dyeable as well. So you can dye the paper. If you dye the paper, it changes the light color. So if you want a blue light, if you want a red light, you just have to change the paper color. And there you go. So different things you can place on the ground, on tables, on the ceiling. They don't have a 3D view because they're, you know, symmetrical all the way around. There we go. Now the plank furniture, so that's plank, and instead of leaf fabric, it's going to be our second tier of cloth. So linen may not remain the first tier of cloth. Maybe it's going to be wool. So no matter which one it is, it's going to be that cloth used for the plank furniture. Yes, please. I need something else than torches in the corners within the lights that can be placed on walls. Yes, yes. Eventually, we might also want to have torches that can be placed on walls, but we do have the lighting options you just saw, plus other stuff that are planned as well. I just noticed that there's still the info for Mary below your cam. Oh, that's true. Because the last time I did that, she was there. Wait, let me check. There you go. Removed it. So yeah, chairs, couches, tables, all that stuff. And now we have some rugs. So rugs, same thing. You can change the color. You can change the shape. So yeah, you have different options there. Because the ground is very sad at the moment. You have decorate. Right now we have some way to decorate because we have like the stone faces. We have some baskets and all that stuff. But the ground itself is pretty lame. So hopefully that will bring some nice life to the environment. Okay, and then oh, there we go. So these are the decorations I wanted to show you. So they're not all the decorations we'll. Oops, sorry. They're not the only decorations we'll have in the whole game, but they are the ones we're trying to implement for maybe the next update or the one after that. Yeah, because we do need some decorations right now. I love building houses, but I never know what to put inside of them. There we go. So let me put my screen here so I can look more directly at you instead of like always on my chat on the right. These patterns are incredible. Thank you. I'll pass along the comment to Kenzie. Can you give us hints on the plans for dreams, or is that still secret? Oh yes. Okay. So I talked about it a lot. Not a lot, but I talked a bit about it on the previous streams. Okay. But basically, we have beds that can be upgraded, and whenever you go to sleep, you'll have a dream about something you did that day, or since the last time you slept. So, for example, you constructed a lot, you built your house, then you go to sleep, and you have a small boost, a small perk, because you'll dream about that building. So you have a dream about something you did, and that dream gives you a small perk, a small boost. Now that boost can be temporary if it's just temporary if it's just a very small dream, a normal dream. But sometimes you can have nightmares too. So let's say you have a nightmare about gliding, about the fear of heights, or the fear of the mushroom monsters, or a fear of something else, thunderstorms, for example. Then when you wake up, you have a phobia. That phobia will stay with you, and it will make you scared of that thing. So if you go into a storm, now you will hear your heartbeat, your vision will be blurry, and you won't be very good at that thing because you're very scared. But if you interact with the phobia enough, then you will you'll conquer your fear, and whenever you go to bed, you'll have a positive dream about that fear now, and it will grant you a permanent new ability in that field. So if you want to like level up your character to have like every upgrade, every like ability in the game, you have to like conquer every fear your character will have throughout your gameplay. So that's one thing. That's that kind of dream. The nightmares and the fantasy dream, we call them. The fantasy dreams are just the normal ones that give you a small temporary boost. We also have progression dreams. So a lot of the stories and the quest system and all that stuff will go through dreams. And we have mastery dreams. So whenever we have some different progression. So like it's gonna be like some kind of achievement. So once you did that, you won't know. The game won't tell you, but a lot of the different actions you take in the game and different achievements of like things you build, things you do, all that stuff will give you special dreams that give you a new perk. So yeah, a lot of ways to gain perks. You can conquer your fears. You can just be surprised by something you did that had a hidden reward, and all this stuff. So it's not very set down in stone right now. We're still working on the system, but that's the idea. It's that we want players to be excited to go sleep every now and then, without forcing them to. That was kind of our way, because we didn't want to have a sleep system where you are required to sleep, because then we were like, okay, but what if people just want to build a big house, a big castle, and just phase out and do their thing for a few hours? They don't want to go to sleep every 12 minutes, every they want to play. So we don't want to force people to play. But now, if you're not forced to sleep, then what's the benefits? Okay, you regain your stamina, you regain something else. But if it's the only way to regain your stamina, it's a bit... So we want to be able to drink to regain that stamina. So what's the purpose of sleeping? Well, it's fun. You pass night, so it's clear again, and it's the day. But you also have your dreams that are exciting, and you do regain your stamina. So yeah, it was kind of a design choice of trying to be original and different while still trying to resolve some design issues. Sorry, I talked a lot about this one, but maybe the question didn't want so many informations. My builds don't even have interiors. Yeah, sometimes people just go with the outside look. That works as well. Yeah, thank you for your comments about the dream system. Really excited about it too. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock and past. So oops, sorry. I just dropped my cap. Okay, so I'll end the stream there. Thank you so much for being there, for those who stayed until the end. Looking forward for the next stream, maybe next month. And I'll jump into all the live stream I can catch on Twitch and answer you all on Discord. So yeah, see you next time. Thank you for being there. And if someone knows how to raid, let me know so that next time I will be able to raid someone. Alright, bye bye guys.